Grrr, grit, bow. L.O.T.S Pro Media. Listen, I'm back. Guys, haven't been here since, well, this is the first time we're doing a podcast in a couple of months. There's a reason why you guys haven't been seeing me. I'm kind of waiting for people to come inside the room, so you guys don't mind me. Load up. Remember, you guys, we're streaming from Facebook and also we're streaming from YouTube also, all right? This is the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 93, that part. Hold up. And let me get my horns right. Let's get the horns right in here. That part. Now, you guys, we haven't streamed in a couple of months now. Obviously, you guys haven't been seeing me. You guys, there's been a lot of change of events in my life. I don't know if you guys follow me on social network, but I don't really share my personal life as in like family members and things of that nature. For one, I did lose my mother. If you guys have been watching the channel, I spoke about the recent passing of my mother. I don't want to rehash this, obviously. You know, I don't want to get the emotions running right now. I really just want to just podcast today. But nonetheless, I did lose my mother a couple, maybe 2 to 3 months ago. I lost my mother. All right, so you guys know it's like kind of like learning how to walk once again. I do apologize for not being here, but it's not like I wasn't here because I was lagging. It's not that I lost the passion. It's just actual life, current events in my life that took place. So I didn't just lose my mom. All right, you guys, I went to 4 funerals in the past 4 days. All right, I see people inside the building. You guys, as soon as you come to the building, do me a favor. Don't be a ninja watcher. That's the person that be creeping and watching. Do me a favor and hit that like button off top as soon as you come inside the building. And you guys should be subscribed to the channel and turn your notification bells on. Go in that comment section. We call that leaving a fingerprint. Show me that you're in the building and leave a comment in the comment section. You heard? That part. And let's get this started the correct way. Let me just come into my usual intro, all right? I am the incomparable, the often imitated but cannot be duplicated, the one they took their style from, the elected, the appointed voice of the streets. All right? I go by the name of L.O.T.S. That's the leader of the streets, lord of the streets, learning off the streets, living off the streets, etc. All right? This is powered by L.O.T.S approved media. If you guys don't know, I am considered public enemy number 1, that part. You done know, public enemy number 1, and I'm considered the top op. All right, this is powered by L.O.T.S approved media, and I want to welcome everybody to Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 93. Now, back to what I was saying, you guys, I went to 4 funerals in the past 4 months. This is the reason why you guys haven't been seeing continuous content on the channel. All right, rightfully so. I recently lost the co-host to this platform, to this actual show. All right, to Don't Shoot the Messenger. You guys are all familiar with Planet, goddammit. I consider him my partner in crime, my eyes behind my head. He's a great friend of mine, all right? Recently, we lost Planet. Like I said, I don't know if you guys follow me on social network. I don't really disclose when it comes to personal things of that nature, especially family members. And Planet is like a brother to me. His family is like my family, all right? Let's make that clear. Condolences and love to Mrs. Lang, the mother, and Super. Condolences to the brothers, all right? Free G5 till it's backwards, that part. Free G5 till it's backwards. But you guys, I lost Planet. Planet is the one that helped me to even curate this show. Don't Shoot the Messenger launched off with the help of Planet, all right? Just Dan assistance. You guys, just to make a long story short, Planet was not a podcaster. All right, this is uncharted territory for him. He wasn't familiar with this. He's never gone live before. So when you guys saw Planet on the show, Planet was there just to help me out, all right, so I can get comfortable with doing this. All right, so I want to give a big shout out and love to my brother, Planet, goddammit. His name is Dwight Lang. His friends, we know him as D-Lo, all right? I didn't know if I was going to continue on with the show, to be quite honest with you. You guys, it feels a little bit creepy, a little bit weird with Planet not being here. Usually Planet, if he's not in attendance, Planet would be inside the comment section, all right? So I'm not actually used to doing this without Planet being in attendance. But one thing I do know, Planet would want me to continue. I know how my brother thinks. He wants me to continue. So if I didn't continue with this show, that would be what Planet did. That would make it in vain, all right? So we're gonna pursue this because I know my brother wanted me to pursue it. So shout out to Planet Man. Love you, my brother. All right. You always gonna be my partner in crime, man. And I know you watching over me in heaven. And I'm still watching over your family also, brother. Now, you guys, this has been a very eventful past 2 days, to say the least. All right, let's get back into the swing of things, just so I can inform my people. All right, we're gonna speak about a few things today. We're definitely gonna speak about the recent YNW Melly, all right, a lawsuit for the Broward County Sheriffs for cruel treatment. We're gonna speak about YNW Melly. Also, we're gonna speak about Drake. And I got a theory on Drake, and I don't know if you guys are gonna agree with me, but I have a theory on Drake, Mr. Champagne Poppy, that's from the Hells from the Six Canada, that way. I see everybody in the building. You guys do me a favor, don't be a ninja watcher, all right? Don't be a casual watcher. Show that you guys were raised right. Same way that you show that your parents raised you right. We call that wipe your feet on the rug. Just hit the like button as soon as you come in the building. Y'all know I don't care if we have 30 people, 50 people, or we have 1,000 people. It doesn't matter. As long as everybody in attendance is interacting, that's what I care about the most, all right? And also make sure you guys are smashing that subscription button, that part. All right, let's check this comment section. You guys do me a favor, leave a comment in that comment section as soon as you're in the building. Show me that you're in the building, show me you're in attendance, that we consider that a fingerprint. Now, we can't avoid the elephant in the room. This has been a very eventful past 2 days, and definitely we have to speak about the election. We have to speak about Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, all right? At this moment, you guys, I feel like the country's divided. This was one of the most pivotal points in our nation since the inception of America. All right. Me, throughout my years in this country, I've never seen so many people emotionally invested in this election. This election started a lot of arguments. Inside our immediate households, this election started a lot of arguments, to say the least. All right. Some people even stopped speaking to each other for a few. Hopefully, some of you guys, family members and friends, are able to get things back together. But apparently, people are still in their emotions, right? So, like I said, friends as well as family members are currently not speaking right now because of the election. And you guys can kind of see the landscape of the country right now. I don't know if you guys are watching social media. Check out social media. The disappointment, especially with the women, how disappointed that Kamala did not win in this election, all right? The Democratic nominee, Mrs. Kamala Harris. No, excuse me. Yeah, Kamala. I think it's Kamala. Let me pronunciate it correctly. Kamala Harris. All right, she was a great representation. To be quite honest with you, the woman I like the way she looked. She's very pleasant looking. Not to be vain, but hey, she was pleasant looking. She was a nice representation of the Black community. All right. Though some of you guys might not consider her Black, or you guys might, contrary to popular belief, a lot of people think that she didn't even register as a black race. She doesn't consider herself Black. She considers herself Middle Eastern or Indian, what have you. I'm not going to get into that because that's a sticky trap right there. Nonetheless, judging by her appearance, we're just looking at Kamala Harris. Obviously, she appears to be Black. Hello. All right. So I'm still going with the Black. And I think Kamala Harris was a part of a sorority also. So with that being said, if Kamala was part of a sorority, she has to acknowledge her Black side in some way, shape, or form. But a lot of people felt like she took the opportunity to claim her Black side during the election. And I'm curious to know about people in the comment section. Today, I'm going to be putting up my phone number. I want people to be calling in. All right. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Also, you guys remember, when you come inside the platform, I need you guys to share this platform. This is the first time that I've been going live. I haven't streamed in 2 months. All right. I've been to 4 funerals in the past 4 months. One being my mother, rest in peace, Carmel Gauss. Second being Dwight Lang, Planet Goddammit, D-Lo, rest in peace. Third, Michael Harris, all right? Rest in peace, condolences to the Harris family. Mike, we watching over your kids, all right? I see Michaela and Beanie and Mike every day. And we also watching over Mr. H, which is Mike Harris' father. That's 3 people. All right, and I did say 4, correct? So the 4th one would be Andre Green. All right. One love to Andre Green. Big shout out, one love to Andre Green. A childhood friend of mine. All right. We had our ups and downs, but never was I ever confused about his loyalty. Andre Green always showed his loyalty, and me and my friends always showed love to each other. Even as gangsters, we was never too gangster to say, I love you, dog. So take that as an example, you guys. Make sure you always tell your dogs you love them, no matter how gangster, no matter how aggressive they look, looking like straight killers. Even killers want to know that you love them, all right? We all need that. Now, like I said, back to this election. This election left the country torn, as in women, men, gender, torn as in the LGBTQ community, the LGBTQ, whatever community, no disrespect. But the country is torn at this moment. I've never seen this in our country ever before. All right. Also, with the manipulation during just the campaign and the manipulation, the biasness. I've never seen this much biasness in this country. And with social media, it kind of exposes that. It highlights that, because you can kind of see with social media the agenda with each platform there is, whether it be CNN or Fox or anybody's platform for that matter. We could actually see who people are voting for. But this is the first election in America that I was kind of scared to say who I even, not to say because I don't vote per se. Don't kill me on that. I don't vote, and I'm a 2-time felon, and I know they gave us back our rights, and I'm gonna dig into that. You guys don't fault me. I will dig into that. I got you. I'm gonna vote next year. I promise you that I will vote next year. All right, but nonetheless, the 2 candidates at hand left the country divided, all right? Especially with women. Women are super disappointed that Kamala Harris did not make it into office. Now, some say that this election was a battle of popularity. It was a popularity vote. Now, we know Kamala Harris wasn't that popular prior to her, just for the fact that she's just vice president. I've never heard nobody ever really say it or speak about her in a pleasant manner. I've never heard nobody ever promote her in any way, shape, or form. Nor was Kamala Harris that vocal during this whole Biden administration, this whole 4 years. She hasn't been that vocal, to be quite honest with you, right? But nonetheless, I want to give a big shout out. I want to clap it up. Let's clap it up. Let's clap it up for Kamala Harris just for generating so much millions, generating them M's. She generated M's in this election. Though Kamala Harris may not have won the popularity vote, but she did win it amongst the women. All right, so the women came out in masses. I've never seen women support a candidate so much, rightfully so, right? It's totally understandable, right? We see Meg Thee Stallion on stage, and I wasn't too fond of Meg Thee Stallion's performance on stage. We saw Glorilla's on stage. I wasn't too fond of Glorilla's audio, the content of the song on stage. All right. But we'll address that later on in this conversation. Once again, we're speaking about this election, all right? The election that has the country divided. If you guys are not aware, America is right now is considered divided in my eyes, all right? Why I say that? Look at the landscape, look at the atmosphere, check out the atmosphere, the climate right now in this nation. You guys are seeing women showing their disappointment as if they're spiritually broken about this, right? I've never seen a day in this country where people, if you say who you voting for, people look at you in an aggressive manner. People are aggressively opposing your position. People are aggressively denouncing their family and friends contingent upon who you voted for. I've never seen this before in this country. Country divided. That's what I call it, country. And that's what I named this one right here. Episode 93, all right? Don't DSTM, Don't Shoot the Messenger. A Country Divided. That is the title for this one. Let's make this clear. So like I said, I see people on social media, they're denouncing their family members and friends. With that being said, I'm seeing people unfollow people, all right? And they're recommending for people to unfollow them. Beyond that, I've never been in this country been scared to say who I'm voting for. Now, keep in mind, I've seen things happen in other countries. This is American, guys. Let's keep them. Hold on. Like Orlando Brown say, let's get wet. Hold up. Listen, this is one thing about being a proud American. I'm Haitian American. Shout out to Kodak Black. We're going to speak about Kodak Black and everything. Let me put this phone number up first. Once again, make sure you guys hit that like button, all right? It's the first time I've been back in 4 months, all right? Let me give you guys a little bit of energy, all right? Let's talk about this election. Hold up. Hold up. Bye, y'all. Put that banner up, yo. There we go. All right, you guys, listen, you guys can call that anytime. That's the phone number across the bottom, all right? So, once again, when I look at other countries, I'm watching these other countries, Iran, I'm looking at other Israel and all these countries. No disrespect to other countries, but this is why I'm a proud Haitian American. Yes, I'm Haitian, but I never leave out the American, all right? This is the reason why I'm a proud American. When I see other countries and their politics, and at times when they're having their rallies, they're having their meetings, whatever you want to call them, I'm seeing shoes, articles of clothing being thrown at candidates, thrown at government officials in other countries. In other countries, when I see them unite and they're voting, however their voting system, and they have opposing counsel, when it's like Bloods and Crips, Republicans, I don't know how they call it in these other countries. We got Republicans and Democrats, but I don't know how they do in their country. But when I see them, they're ready to attack each other. I never expect that to happen in America. Let's be clear. I see other countries go about their politics and they get very, very aggressive. They get very aggressive out there. I don't ever recall our country getting aggressive. But it looks like this is on the horizon. The country right now is upset. Everybody's in their feelings. People are denouncing family members. You see it all over on Facebook and social network and all these different platforms. You see it. But me, I've never once in this country ever felt like I couldn't say who I was voting for, or who do I oppose, or who do I approve of. Right now, if you say you approve of Donald Trump in this country, you stand to be ridiculed, attacked. How would you say, sabotaged. It's not a safe time right now in this country to say who you politically voted for. But I see a lot of people are super brave out there. I see it out there, right? Me, myself, I'm a little apprehensive. I sit back. I'm no longer going to say who do I oppose, or who do I condone, or who I approve of. I'm no longer going to voice my opinion in this country. Y'all see where I'm going with this right now, right? I don't feel comfortable no longer speaking about Donald Trump, whether I oppose or I approve of Donald Trump, or any other candidate that goes against or was going against or aligned with Donald Trump. They've made an alliance with Donald Trump. I don't feel comfortable in this country, to be quite honest with you, with doing that, because I'm seeing the climate. You see how the women are super disappointed. Women are extreme. Just going off of the tweets off of Megan Thee Stallion. Let me see right here. I'm gonna pull up the Twitter right now. We're gonna go into Twitter. All right. I want to personally see Megan Thee Stallion's. I want to go over Megan Thee Stallion's recent tweets. And the reason why I'm saying Megan Thee Stallion, because Megan Thee Stallion is one of the most influential women in America right now. Just sports, period. Shout out to the white girl, right? I forgot the white girl's name. She's super big, Clark, all right? Super big. But I'm speaking of Angel Reese. Angel Reese, you already know black people, we got style, all right? So Angel Reese stands out a lot when you talk about influence, the impact, how she makes on the culture. She's making basketball sexy, right? So Angel Reese is the voice of America when you talk about athleticism for women. So she's one of the leaders, whether you guys recognize this or not. Angel Reese is one of the leaders in the black community for our women. Let's make this clear, all right? And I would dare somebody to oppose that. Now, I'm going to go on to the X platform owned by Elon Musk, and I ain't speaking about, we call it Twitter, but let's call it by his rightful name, X, all right? Shout out to Elon Musk with this. Hold up. Wait, hold up. I'm scared to even say Elon Musk, and you guys know Elon Musk is in alliance with Donald Trump, right? Y'all see what Donald Trump doing, right? He's rolling with Elon Musk. You heard me? That part. All right, now I want to go to this Angel Reese. There we go. Mrs. Reese. I'm on Mrs. Reese's page. Now, let's look at Mrs. Reese's post, her recent tweets post Donald Trump winning the election. All right. Hold on. Wait one second. I am so disappointed. That's the first one. I want to get back to. I want to go to the first one that she. Okay, now, first of all, Angel Reese came in saying, "I woke up." No, let me quote it. Quote for word. Woke up speechless. So this is the first tweet that Angel Reese tweeted. I'm assuming this is her finding out whether it was the same night. I don't know if she fell asleep or she woke up to the bad news, right? But obviously, this is her first tweet, her first expressing to the world her feelings about the election. All right. Now, this is her second tweet. All right. I'm so in America. Some of you just couldn't selfishly put your pride aside, huh? So this is Angel Reese saying that people couldn't put their selfish pride aside. This is Angel Reese talking to America. She's talking to all of us, everybody, especially the ones that opposed Kamala Harris, the ones that voted for Trump. So, with that being said, this is a lot of women in America adopted that same position on this situation, on this election. All right. So this is the starting point. This is like I said, one of the leaders in the Black community, and a lot of women adopt that same point of view that she has. All right. Not just Angel Reese, other women expressing their disappointment, the leaders. So it's safe to say women feel stagnated that Donald Trump is in office. All right. It's safe to say women are stagnated that they feel stagnated that Donald Trump is in office. Now, in reference just to people just arguing about this whole thing. All right. Also, you guys, make sure you guys are hitting that like button. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. I need everybody to share this platform. All right. I'm back. I've been gone. I've been gone for about 2 to 3 months. You guys haven't been getting no content. Like I said, I've been to 4 different funerals in the past 4 months. I had to take some time to myself, to be quite honest with you. I had to. But like I said before, you guys, I'm back. All right, we back. And you're going to see content, more and more content. All right. This is episode 93 of the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. All right. Powered by L.O.T.S approved media. Click, bow. That part. Feels good to be back too. And for some reason, I don't know, I'm back and I feel slight nervous. So I don't know what's going on. It be like that? Now, one thing, I don't know how you guys feel about Donald Trump. I think everybody unanimously feels good about Donald Trump with his views on men using women's bathrooms or men playing in women's sports. I don't see nobody really opposing that point of view. Nobody's opposing that, right? I think the country unanimously believes that that's not probably the right answer. Whether you're expressing that in front of the public eye or you're just saying that in the comfort of your home with your family, right? Everybody agrees that that wasn't a great idea, allowing men to go into women's bathrooms and things of that nature. I'm going to say that. Excuse me. And if you guys oppose that, leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know. We're talking about the presidential election. We're talking about Donald Trump becoming the 47th president of the United States. Let's make that clear. Trump is the president number 47. That part. Nominated twice. Keep in mind, he won and then he lost an election. He came back. Now, people are arguing, oh, you can't do 2 terms. In actuality, you can do 2 terms and they don't have to be consecutive. You don't have to, if you don't win the election, if you do your 4 years and you run again and you don't win that following year, that doesn't disqualify you from ever being president again. They don't have to be consecutive, but you're allowed to run 2 terms, all right? As a president, you run 2 terms, and it's 4 years each term. Let's make this clear. Let's make this clear, family. L.O.T.S Proof Media. Make sure you guys smashing that subscription button. Make sure you guys hitting that like button. That part. Now, I don't know more about the election. You guys see that phone number. You guys can call in anytime. We're a little bit late. I did want to go on 2 days ago. All right, I did want to go on 2 days ago. Usually I go on Friday, you guys, but I'm on today. This is the first day I just felt like coming back, and I just turned this thing on. And this is what it is, all right? We back, definitely. And we're speaking about the Donald Trump, the election, the United States election for president number 47 for the 2025 election, all right? Donald Trump is now our commander-in-chief. Let me tell you something. I thought there was going to be some discrepancies about the ballots. I thought there was going to be some discrepancy about the votes or how they're not they're unvalid votes, fraud, voter fraud, and I didn't hear nothing of that nature. This was unanimous, guys. This was considered a landslide, all right, by electoral votes. People are super mad at Florida. We'll get to that. People mad at Florida. So people are mad at us because we voted for Donald Trump unanimously. It's just how people are expressing themselves. I'm super surprised how people are expressing themselves. Yo, what's up, Paul Bizzle? Que paso, muchacho? All right, shout out to Paul Bizzle in the back. Welcome back. Thank you, brother. I'm proud to be back. Definitely proud to be back. It's the first day back. All right, 3 months. I've been gone way too long. Bizzle, why don't you call in? You see that phone number on the bottom, brother. Give me a call. Call in, champ. What's that? Let's talk about it. We're speaking about the Kamala Harris and Trump election, the 2025 presidential election, all right? And Donald Trump, don't get it twisted. If you guys got it confused, Donald Trump is our commander-in-chief for the year 2025, all right? Second time coming back. That part. Now, there's other things we want to speak about also. All right, we're definitely going to speak about Champagne Poppy. We'll talk about Drake, and we're going to speak about YNW Melly. All right, YNW Melly. Well, let's go into that real quick. All right, listen, you guys, YNW Melly. A lot of us forgot about YNW Melly. Now, this is the irony. You guys know Young Thug, obviously YSL's released. Check out that video I did on YSL. Young Thug has been released. All right. With that being said, you guys know YNW Melly was signed. He's in cahoots with YSL. I think he signed YSL to some capacity. I think it's safe to say, right? So now, you guys got to wonder, we haven't seen YNW Melly in a minute. I don't hear people speaking about, I don't hear Free Melly no longer. I don't see that he's the focal point. YNW Melly has been locked up, I think, since 2019, all right, for a double homicide of his bandmates, Juvie and Sack Chaser. All right, we'll speak about it. I'm going to pull up the article on it. All right, there's a little article on YNW Melly. You guys, YNW Melly recently filed a lawsuit for Broward County Sheriff's Office, all right? In this lawsuit, this man is alluding to cruel treatment, all right? You guys know he's locked up. He's been behind bars. Apparently, YNW Melly is not allowed to go see his family members. He hasn't seen his mother. He hasn't had no human contact with no humans, all right? All right, we got one call. Listen, my dog Paul Bizzle calling in right now. That part. Bizzle. Hold on, Bizzle. Hold on. Bizzle. Yo.
What's good, my G? What's going on, my brother?
We back in the building, brother. How you been?
I've been all right, man. I'm glad to see you back, my boy.
I'm happy to be back, boy. Let me tell you something. I even felt a little nervous just being back. To be honest with you, you got to keep in mind, Planet's not with me. You know, Planet is the one that helped me launch this, right? So just
absolutely.
not having
Rest
Planet.
in peace to Planet, bitch.
Rest in peace to Planet. Rest in peace to Planet. Try to back up on your phone a little bit. I think it sounds a little bit muffled. Speak. Go ahead and keep talking.
All right. Yeah, how that sound right now?
I don't know. It sounds better. It sounds better, but it sounds kind of like you're in a matrix a little bit. But I can hear you. So I don't know. Are you using speakerphone?
Nah, I'm not on speakerphone.
All right, so no matter, man. Just keep talking, but it don't sound super clear, but you do sound clear enough for you to decipher what you're saying. So with that being said,
no doubt.
you know Planet is not here with me, obviously, bro. So a little bit nervous right now, but I done kicked off the nerves because, you know, playing at the end of the day, he wouldn't want me nervous. He want me to push on, so I'm going to push on. Now, listen, we're speaking about the Kamala Harris and the election. First of all, do you see, what's your opinion on the climate of the country right now? Let's talk about it. I don't know who you was voting for, but I know you very controversial. So being on social network, you just who are you going for? Just off top, who are you going for?
Well, to be honest, I never really had a clear pick because I'm not too much into politics too much. You know what I mean? But
safe.
Just looking at it, but yeah. But you know, but just looking at it as from a neutral standpoint, you know, to be honest, you know, I think that more women are very, very upset than men. I don't really hear men complaining too much, but definitely, you know, because Kamala Harris was a black woman and she was a woman, I think a lot of the women feel like they were let down, and they don't like Donald Trump because of you know Donald Trump is kind of like an alpha male, and a lot of women don't like a lot of his standpoints. So, to me, I think the climate is that the women are definitely angry, my brother.
Super. Women are super angry. So you played it safe. You played it safe. You're not even saying who you didn't vote for nobody per se. You had no horse in the race, right? So you didn't.
That's
you
right.
wasn't subjected.
Right.
So
yeah, I definitely didn't vote.
But you didn't experience. And I seen that controversial you said about free Puff. I seen that controversial shit that you said.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Wait 1 second.
Yeah.
All right, another call is calling in. All right, so I seen that controversial Puff post that you put up, right? I seen that. We'll talk about that, but I don't want to talk about that right now. All right? Nonetheless, we'll get to that, though. That shit was kind of boggling to me, but we'll get to that. Now,
I got an explanation for that, yeah.
Yeah. Let's speak about it. We're going to speak about it, all right? Now, with that being said, we'll talk about it. With that being said, you played it safe. So you wasn't subjected to getting unfollowed, getting your page reported. But this is what's going on out here in social media. If you out here and you expressing, disclosing whose side you were on in this election, you stand a chance of losing an ally, losing a potential friend, right?
Right.
So
absolutely.
That's how I was curious. Did you experience anybody when you talking about just did you see any arguments out there? Because this is what I'm seeing on social media. I'm seeing people unfollow people. I'm seeing people directly chastise men or whoever was condoning advocating for Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, listen, to be honest, I have not commented on it at all on social media. I haven't said anything about the ending results. I didn't say nothing about Donald Trump. I ain't say nothing about Kamala Harris. So right now, I'm safe. Ain't nobody coming at me at all because I haven't said anything about my views about things, you know.
Okay.
But perhaps, you know, they'll cut me off now. I may say a few things right now, and then if they want to cut me off, then that's fine. You know
my brother, listen, speak your mind. Listen, this is not the time to be biting your tongue. So listen, you're not going to be judged. You never voted, so nobody can hold you accountable. You never voted, so you're just an American speaking your mind. All right, Haitian American. So how do you feel about it right now? How do you feel about the election? But you have to listen. There has to be one candidate that you are siding with more than the other. There has to be one candidate.
Here's my point of. Okay, look. Here's my thing, right? I agreed a little bit with each of them, but in the end of the day, I'm not too much into politics because I always feel like there's a higher agenda besides what we're able to put our hands in and, you know, able to speak on. You know what I mean? So I just feel like, so for me, okay, it would have been good to have first a female president. That would have been something new. And then a female black president, that would have been dope. But at the same time, there's a lot of things that Kamala Harris never really clarified on that made me want to say, well, I definitely want to
give me an example right there. Stop right there. Give me an example. Okay. Give me an example of, and it's interesting. Give me an example of what Kamala Harris is selling that you wasn't buying. Any contradictions in her election? Starting with what you were particularly what you're speaking about.
Okay, I got you. So she was on the Breakfast Club last week, and Charlamagne the God was interviewing her, and there was a caller that called in and asked her a specific question, and she danced around the question. I didn't like how she did that. So he asked Kamala Harris. He understands that one of her main focus is to strengthen the middle class, and she believes that strengthening the middle class overall is going to help the economy. But his question was, what are you going to do for the lower class to help them transition into being middle class? And you know what I mean? Which was, to me, a very important question. I never heard nobody really ask that question. Because you're talking about the middle class, but what about the poor? What about the low class? Is there anything for us? Because I come from I say a decent family. Middle class, maybe lower middle class, but we're surviving. I come from that background. Mm-hmm. However, you know what I'm saying? I know me personally, I would be considered lower class. I don't have a middle class job. You know what I'm saying? My yearly income is not that great. You know what I'm saying? So I could be considered on the low class. So for me, that was a great question. Like, what are you going to do for that? For us, so we down here suffering too.
That's definitely interesting.
We suffering too.
And I never heard her address anything about the economy. To be quite honest with you, I never heard Kamala Harris address anything about our economy. So that's a great question. And I know that's Donald Trump's main objective is to help with the economy, make America great again. You know what I mean? Put some more pockets, put some money back in our pockets. I know that's his objective. So he's always speaking about things that would affect us in a better way to better our economy, whether it's going to directly or indirectly help the economy. I never heard Kamala Harris never at one point during her campaign really address the economy in detail. So I agree with you with that, right? So that's what.
Hold on now. Let me clarify something though, okay? Because you see, Kamala Harris, she did speak a few things about the middle class as far as helping first-time homeowners with the $25,000 loan, in regards to assisting when you have a baby, providing financial assistance for like the first 6 months, you'll be getting a check. So that way you'll be able to provide important things that infants and babies need while you're raising them up, like milk and diapers and stuff like that. So you get a check for that. So she did speak a few things about the middle class, but I wanted to see what she was going to do for the lower class, because the lower class needs to come up to the middle class. That can help the economy get better too, but she danced around it.
That's what I'm saying.
She was like, that's a great question. And she didn't answer it. Yeah.
But what I'm seeing is, so she didn't address the economy in its entirety, right? But I give her credit. She did say that she was going to give out loans for black businesses, for black-owned businesses.
Right, absolutely.
Right? She said she was going to protect the interests of black men with digital currency, because right now they're saying that the stock market's flying up. I've looked at it. I didn't really get a chance to look at it in detail. I know a couple of my friends have some digital coins out there, XRP. My cousin goes crazy for XRP. All right, it's supposedly, and other people say that it's projected not to do the numbers that he's. I don't know. I'm confused right now about the whole thing, but I do know the future is cryptocurrency. All right, so they're saying that the stock market is going up as a result of Donald Trump being elected. So the economy looks like it's already feeling some type of positive impact because of Trump's election, because of Trump being nominated.
Right.
So
absolutely. And yes, sir.
That's one thing. But like I said, we spoke about before, just the whole thing about Kamala Harris. This is about how the country is divided. This is all about how the country's divided, right? I've never seen our country divided to this degree. I've never seen an election that was so pivotal, so important, so significant. Our country's never going to be the same after this point. I really feel in my heart, right? I feel like this is that point where that point of no return, where wherever we're going, we're going there, right? And
we're going there. Absolutely.
With that being said, you see Elon Musk is a part of where the trajectory of where this is going, right? Elon Musk is a part of it.
Yeah,
Kanye West
fully invested.
What I'm saying is the curators, the people that are running the country, the people that are telling you where they want to see America in 10, 15, 20 years from now, they're aligning themselves with Donald Trump. So this thing, it looks like this election is going to affect us for 20 years to 50 years ahead, maybe 20, 30 years ahead. And a lot of things that take place may not be reversible. They may not be reversible.
Absolutely
So this
not.
is I don't know if you agree with this, but this is one of our most significant elections ever since the inception of this country.
I agree. And then guess what now? Don't forget, too, besides Donald Trump being elected president, but now the Republicans got the Senate, the House. And they pretty much is going to run the whole government, kid.
So the Republicans, right? The Republicans has the Senate. The Senate is majority Republicans, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, yeah. And the House. And the executive office. Kid.
Okay, because you might be more informed than me, so that's good. I don't want to make a fool of myself up here. I'm not a big government. I don't know about all the government officials, but I know Mama did raise me with some sense. So I know common sense ain't common, but I got some common sense. All right?
Absolutely. You sure do, my brother. Absolutely.
So we just talking about a divided country right now. Yeah, the country's divided. The countries are divided right now. Women are super disappointed. Now, is this the end of the liberation of women? Because, you know, women are having this liberating moment right now in time. This is the hot girl summer. Meg Thee Stallion on stage, twerking during the election.
Yeah,
twerking during...
Which was shameful, by the way.
Very shameful. I didn't agree with that. And I wonder if anybody in the comment section did agree with it, because I damn sure agree. That shit like that. That shit set us back. That set us back when you talking about just the credibility, just our class, how they judge us as black people. Now, maybe not. I'm not gonna see. I was gonna use some satire, but I don't want to go too deep into that. Right? I don't want to play into that because we're playing with the integrity of our people, our race. But I don't like that. Right. I don't like that. I don't like the way she was twerking on stage, and I don't like the song selection that Gorilla used.
Exactly.
Gorilla record had all those curse words in it, and they had to kept bleeping out the curse words.
Bleeping out everything, yeah.
That wasn't necessary.
Let me tell you what I didn't like. I didn't like that Kamala Harris and the Democrats, they tried their best to use hip hop as a way to attract the black vote. But and my whole thing is, if you was gonna use hip hop, you could have used more. You could have used like more respectable hip hop artists, like maybe Talib Kweli or some other stuff. But you chose to use women that had got these ratchet songs, but it's like you're doing it just as a bait to bring black people, and that wasn't sincere, kid.
Okay, so you don't agree with them using hip hop as a vehicle to promote the election. That's what you're saying, right?
If they would have used, I don't agree with the artists that they chose to represent.
All right, but look what you just said. You said you don't agree with hip hop being used, and then you went in depth in saying the artists. You said at least use different artists. Yes. So with that being said, you don't agree with hip hop being used, right?
Not at all. I mean, I don't, because it was done because that's some more like,
listen, bro,
white man trying to use don't pander. Other black people.
Don't pander. Listen, whatever you say, stand on that shit. Whatever we say up here, just stand on it. Don't try to be on both sides of the fence. All right, that makes for great podcasting here. We're podcasting. All right. So
I got you, kid. So my thing is this, right? I don't mind per se that they use hip hop.
Okay.
I just mind the artists that they chose to represent hip hop.
Okay.
Because right now you're trying to get the young black vote.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I was gonna say that because hip hop. Facts. So listen, they had to use hip hop.
Yeah.
They had to use hip hop. Hip hop is the art form of America. It's the most recognized art form in America. It's the most expressive art form in America. It's the current running art form, the current dominating art form in America. So hip hop was the appropriate culture to use. No other art form, no other genre promotes anything like hip hop. Hip hop is the greatest promotional vehicle.
That's right. Especially what America represents. Like that's today's hip-hop, America.
Yes, hip hop. Exactly, brother. With that being said, so we can agree on that. But just when they use Meg Thee Stallion. So back to what I was saying. Is this the end of the liberation of women? Is hot girl summer over? That's what I'm asking you.
We'll see. I don't know, to tell you the truth, because I don't think, because you see, Donald Trump, I don't think Donald Trump is really coming to shut the whole woman liberation movement down, kid. But, you know, I'm pretty sure he won't allow it to get too crazy, but I don't think he's here to shut all that down. Because Donald Trump could be down to earth too, you know what I'm saying? I think.
Well, you got to keep in mind, Hot Girl Summer's over. You got to remember all that disrespectful music that was going on, all that shit is over right now. You don't notice that things is calming down out here? It's a little bit just the atmosphere. Things are calming down out here with all the Hot Girl Summer, wooty woo, and disrespect your man, and we don't need men, and wooty woo. A lot of that, because the economy is low. The economy is low. So the independency, people are shying away from independency. Right now, we got to come together. Women and men, we have to come together. All right, we're sharing finances at this moment. So that's why I was asking. Maybe the whole revolution thing, maybe it came to a halt. I don't know if it's going to continue further, but maybe it came to a halt, because I feel like if Kamala Harris would have got elected, that would have catapulted the women's movement. The women's movement would have accelerated extremely.
I agree with that for sure.
Women, this is women's moment. You got to keep in mind, women are running hip hop. Women are the most successful in hip hop right now. This is women's moment. So Kamala Harris would have been elected. Women would have been just on cloud 9, right? Everything would have accelerated. Absolutely. They would have been in the clouds. The ego and everything, their confidence, right? And it would have made a recipe for some good shit, and some bad shit would have came out of that. And I feel like a lot of men, we kind of ducked a bullet. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. We kind of ducked a bullet. All right? I don't want to go too deep into that. I wish there was some women that could oppose my opinion right now. There's some women calling that could oppose this opinion. But to be quite honest with you, this was a moment I think a lot of men dreaded this. Let's address the elephant in the room. Were you prepared for a woman president? You as a man, were you prepared for a woman president?
Yeah, I was. Because guess what? In the end of the day, you know, it wouldn't have made me no difference in my life, kid. You know what I'm saying?
So you would have been comfortable.
Ain't no woman gonna be running me. Yeah, I would have been comfortable, because ain't no woman gonna run me, period. You know what I'm saying? Like, regardless of what the climate of the world is, I'm going to have my own outlook on life and control my own circle. You know what I mean? So me personally, it wouldn't be affecting me. So yeah, I definitely would be comfortable with Kamala being president. You know what I mean?
So you're comfortable with taking orders from, a woman? You're comfortable with a woman, for the woman being priority over you. This is no longer a man's world now. All that man's world shit, it kind of goes out the window. You were prepared for that.
I get what you're saying, but I mean, even the man president don't got authority over me. It don't matter if it's a man or a woman.
No,
that don't affect me.
I'm just checking. I want to see. I'm just trying to tap into your ego, because I find it hard to believe that you don't have an ego. Cause I know we as men do come with an ego, but I can't necessarily say that what I'm saying is true. I have to go with what you're saying overall. So I'm just trying to see where you at psychologically with it. But nonetheless, man.
And then don't forget this too, bro. And let me just say one thing. Pardon me.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to cut you, my brother, but you see, let me tell you, man, when you give women a little taste of power, it's hard to shut them down, kid. All of this right here just probably made it worse, kid. Because now they might even come harder than they came before. Because now you just got a bunch of women with power that's mad. And a spiteful female is not easy to control, kid.
That's a fact.
Straight up and down. I think all of these female rappers, they're gonna come even harder now.
You think so?
You thought they were gangster. You think they were gangster and taking it over? They're gonna come even harder now because they're mad, son. All I'm seeing is they online mad, kid. They're not bowing down and they're not slowing down, kid.
They're expressing themselves.
Matter of fact, hey, listen. This might have renewed their outlook. It's like they got strengthened. You don't see Kamala Harris, her commencement speech?
So I didn't get to her speech. Now, what did you think? What you think about Kamala? Now, this is another thing, right? Kamala was not. She was scheduled to speak right after that, and she declined to speak. She wanted to speak the next day. I don't know what's the reason why she did. Well, for obvious reasons, you know, we can assume, right? But a lot of people are saying that maybe she was just so devastated that she couldn't gather herself together to come on stage. So that was something that was that took into consideration, right? A lot of people are saying that women. A lot of people are saying that women are not taking this maturely, right? Because with the emotions after this, being emotionally devastated, they're trying to contribute this to women's emotion as to are women capable of being in these positions because of the emotional factor. And this is what they're trying to like. They're how you say it, what we say they're alluding to, right? You see a lot of this in social media. They're wording it different, but people are alluding to women not being emotionally able to withstand being in those positions just for the fact of the loss. And you can't be a sore loser. If you lose, right, you still have to have respect for your opponent. You still have to have the confidence to stand there and give your opponent your blessings, you know, and just stand there in that moment, right, in that loss, with all the embarrassment, with all the disappointment, right, with all the discouragement and stress. You have to gather yourself and show that integrity and show that camaraderie for your opponent, right? Because we're all still Americans.
Yeah, but now, of course.
So they're saying that they were saying that she was unable to do that. They're saying that emotionally women are unable to do that.
Now that's wrong because she did do that.
But how's it wrong when you see she didn't go on stage. She was scheduled to go on stage. She did not go to the next day.
Yeah, but she on the next day, because she went to her HBCU. She was at her college, and she spoke to her people, and she accepted it, and she told him that she'd be there for him if he needed any help, and she gracefully acknowledged his winning. And she did all that. And then she also gave a speech of encouragement, like, you know, don't think that, you know, the fight is over. All of the things that we were fighting for, you know, we still moving forward to still fight for those things because, you know, it's for America. So she said, I think she said, this is not the time to throw up your hands. This is the time to roll up your sleeves, is what she said. And then, you know, she said, we're about to go into darkness, and when you end the darkness be the stars. Yeah, something like that.
Yo, you know her speech very well. I think you was voting for Kamala because you know the speech very well, man.
I just watched it yesterday.
No, I think you know more than what you're leading people to believe. I think you know more than what you're leading people to believe. I think you was actually a Kamala Harris supporter. I'm going to go with that.
No, of course
you know
not.
A lot. How did you remember that speech like that? You remember that speech word for word. Your memory is very...
I didn't remember this.
Your memory is very good.
I repeated No, my brother. Because what happened is I was at dialysis and I was watching it on the TV.
Okay.
And one of my dialysis coaches was like, yo, because they can't hear the TV, but we can because we got the headphones. And she told me, yo, after you watch it, tell me what she was talking about. So I just remembered a couple of key points so I could tell the dialysis coach.
So with that, listen.
Yeah, but you know me though, but I watch. Yeah.
Listen. So with that being said, right? You see Kamala. It's Kamala? It's not Kamala, it's Kamala. I don't know why I keep her name. For some reason you butcher her name. It's like I don't know if I'm deliberately doing that or I don't know, just because of the name. So Kamala. So with that being said, she still had that speech the next day. She not had the speech the same day. It was the following day, correct? When she spoke at the HBCU, correct?
Yeah, it was the next day. Yeah, the next day.
So that's what I'm explaining to you. She was supposed to do that same night. She did it the following day. So that gives credence. It gives validity to what people are saying.
Yeah,
I'm just pointing out, I'm not saying it's necessarily true, but it's giving validity because you see how women are so emotionally invested. You don't see men. Now, listen, we might do this subliminally, we might do it, but we're not going to go on social network and say, yo, dog, whoever voted for so-and-so, unfollow me right now. We're not going to do that as men. So you have to look at these, you have to take these things and you have to take them into consideration.
Well, some of us will do it. Some men will do that because nowadays you got men that be acting like They be emotional as hell. Okay, so yeah, some men nowadays will do that. Okay, they're emotional as hell. Okay, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, but look, how about this now, right? Look at what Trump did when Trump lost to Biden.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't even give a speech. That nigga said, "Man, forget that. I ain't talking. I won." No, I'm not gonna tell Biden.
But that still doesn't. One exception don't make the rule. Just because Trump did it, that's not an attack on the integrity of man. All right, we as men, we conduct ourselves in a certain manner, especially when you're talking about having what you call that. You can't be a sore loser, right? You have to show camaraderie. There's a camaraderie there that you have to show.
And he was a sore loser though.
No, he might have been slow loser, but that's one out of so. But I'm saying it's not a track record of it. Women are creating their track record right now. They're making their name. They're carving their name in history. Women are carving their position in history. So everything that women do is going to be under a microscope.
Yeah, but we're talking about Kamala Harris, though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
she represents women.
Women. Yeah, but women always been emotional creatures. We are rational and they're emotional. We all know that. But the question is there a woman out there that supersedes that emotional thing that we're talking about? Yes, there are women that can not be mega emotional. There's some G'd up females out there that can handle that.
Yeah, but listen. No, but listen, you're going off of something that's not there. We're going off. It's all about basing off research. You're going off of research that's not there. I'm talking about the research that we have. So you see Kamala had that reaction. She didn't come on to the next day. Kamala didn't come on to the next day. That showed emotion that she was invested emotionally. That shit hindered her from making the better decision. And that's what we're pointing out. If you see the women on social network, how they're expressing themselves on social network, saying that they're unfollowing people. So if you see all these different things you have to factor all these different things when you take into consideration women and their position and what they can handle with these positions that take so much responsibility as being commander in chief. You can't be in your feelings to the point where your feelings override your logic. Do you get me?
And hey, listen, I understand. No, I understand. I know that to get you. And if you feel like you're convinced that those are examples that shows that a woman as of today is not proven can handle that position, then that's how you feel. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. You know what I mean?
No, I'm not saying. Listen, I'm not giving the final end all be all. I'm asking you a question here. I haven't come to a conclusion. I didn't say a woman, because obviously throughout history, there's been women in position of power. All right. And these countries still semi-successful. But I'm not a real connoisseur of history. I know history, but not in great detail. Not in great detail. So I can't recall certain things without actually doing the research and making these key notes with the research, right? I'd be better prepared for this conversation. All right, just off of what I know, just having knowledge of. There's women throughout history that's been successful in authoritative, responsible, highly responsible positions, right? Of course, throughout history, we've seen that with women. But we're just speaking about America. Yeah. We're talking about women today, women versus men, and the position in society, because women's role in society is constantly evolving in America. Maybe not outside of our country, but in America, women's position in society is constantly evolving. So when you're saying it's a man's world is constantly being jeopardized. It's in jeopardy, all right? And like I said, I'm not against women being an authority. If a woman's better at that position, let her do the job. I'm not against it. I'm just trying to point out different variables. I'm pointing out just significant things that you have to take into consideration, all right?
Okay, I got you.
That part, bro. But I appreciate you calling in. I definitely appreciate you calling in. And we back, brother. You heard me? Yeah. And I need you in attendance, brother. You know, I love support. And I need you to call in more, because you educate. Especially we got these mature conversations, right? We gotta take these conversations. We gotta raise the frequency. You guys get a chance, check out my other channel, Raise the Frequency. All right, the podcast called Raise the Frequency. So it's things of that nature. Let's raise the frequency on this channel also, with all the things that we speak about. But nonetheless, I appreciate you calling in, brother.
Hey, I'm here. You already know, and I appreciate you, man. And guess what? Welcome back, my brother, for sure. And we're gonna talk about that Diddy thing the next time.
Who that?
We're gonna talk about that Diddy comment next time.
Okay, listen. You talking about free Diddy? That's a big one. Okay, let's just dabble in it, but let's not go too deep into it. Let's not go too deep into it, but just give me a surface level of why you say free Diddy. Why are you saying free a man that's transgressed against so many people? Why are you saying free a man that nobody's in favor of at this moment? How are you saying free a man that's facing all these charges? I'm curious. I want to know. The people want to know.
The people want to know. All right, look, and I'm gonna let the people know how I feel. And now remember, this is only how I feel, and I'm not against how everybody else feels. This is just my point of view, real quick. You know what I mean? I just feel like, as of right now, we know for sure that he put his hands on his ex-girlfriend, so we're not gonna talk about that. But all of the other things that's coming up, as of right now, officially, they are on the allegations. Number one.
Okay.
Now, number two, I understand that all these people that's in those circles, I can't say that, you know, they look, they're into getting a lot of money because they're in those circles and they enjoy a certain level of life, and they would probably go about doing anything to get $1 million,
right?
Or even
right.
500,000, right?
Okay.
So my whole thing is, now with so many people coming out with these allegations, they can be true, but I just have to believe that we need to wait until all of the facts and things come out, and then
hold on. Listen, man, you contradicting right now. Listen, you put a post up. I seen you put a post up on Facebook. This post that you put up was so brave, because I haven't seen nobody in social networks say anything to that, make that bold of a statement. Now, people might be alluding to their support for Puffy, but nobody has outright shown their support for Puffy, other than you was in cahoots with people like Stevie J, partners in crimes. Of course, your partner in crime is going to support you, but you don't know Diddy.
You talk about that free Diddy?
That's not even saying free. Okay, free Diddy, obviously, but no, I never even seen Stevie J say free Diddy. I haven't seen nobody say free Diddy. So when I look on Facebook, I seen you put free Diddy. I want to know, first of all, you didn't say nothing about, I'm not saying this, that. You kind of like, not necessarily you backtracking, but you're not standing on business because you said free Diddy. So when you say free somebody, that's like saying that you think that he's innocent. You don't say free somebody that's not innocent.
Hold on. Let me clarify that then. Let me clarify that.
Please do.
All right. So you see, he's being denied bail. Okay. Let the man out. Because guess what? I understand that they may mistake him. They may take him for a flight risk. But my thing is, Diddy is too popular to be a flight risk. He ain't going nowhere in the world. They're going to be watching them, right? So let the man go. You got people who done murdered people. You got people who done did more atrocious things that's been given bail. Get a man bail. And I'm trying to show you, like, I believe, and now this is only my personal opinion, I don't have facts, but I believe that this is something more than just what's going on. You see, P. Diddy, he's publicly came out and talked about getting together with other black billionaires to start a political party.
Okay, listen. That
may go against.
Wait one second. We're gonna get into that. We'll speak about that another time. All right. Hopefully I can get you. I want you in attendance. We have to speak about that in attendance, right? I didn't want to go too in depth in it. I just wanted you to kind of like just validate yourself as to why you said free Diddy. So it looks like I misinterpreted what you was trying to say. When you were saying free Diddy, you was alluded to give him his bail, not necessarily drop the charges, right?
Right, exactly.
All right. So with that being said, my brother, I appreciate you. We'll go into depth another day, but I was thinking that you were saying free Diddy, like free the man. But I agree with you.
Right,
the bond part, I don't know if I agree with you with the bond part. Let me just say that, because I don't just say I agree with shit and just like that, right? And some of that, I have to take that into consideration. So when we revisit this conversation, I can more elaborate as to, should he be released on bond? Should he be released, the charges drop? Are the charges valid? And the reasons why he's being charged with these charges. Is there an ulterior motive there? We'll speak about all that. All right. Nonetheless,
All right,
Paul Bizzle,
cool.
man,
Yes,
thank you,
my
brother, for
brother.
calling in, brother.
You're welcome, my brother. Peace and have a blessed night.
One.
Yo.
All right, you guys. Big shout out to Paul Bizzle on the channel. A big supporter of the channel, all right? And we'll get into it. We'll speak more about Puffy and all the allegations behind Puff and why people are pursuing Puff and the lawsuit against Diageo and Wootney Woo and the parent company of Ciroc and Wootney Woo and how they bamboozled the man with the crops and that was never there. We'll speak about that, all right? Nonetheless, big shout out to Paul Bizzle. So back to what I was saying, you guys, YNW Melly is suing the Broward County Sheriff's. We're about to wrap this up. He's suing the Broward County Sheriff's Office, right? Apparently, he's claiming cruel treatment. So you guys know YNW Melly's still locked up. Like I said before, Young Thug recently has been released. YNW Melly's in the cell. He's watching this. YNW Melly's been down for like 5 years now. He got locked up back in 2019 for a double homicide for his two bandmates, Sack Chaser and Juvie. All right. Recently, he put in a lawsuit suing the Broward County Sheriff's Office, claiming cruel treatment. Now, if you guys seen with the YSL, you haven't really seen anything on YNW Melly as of recently. All right, we've been all watching the YSL trial. I know YNW Melly's getting tired of being behind the walls. He actually got locked up before Young Thug, and Young Thug made it home before him. All right, so we kind of understand. You kind of understand his frustration being behind the wall. If you place yourself in his shoes, though, you would never want to put yourself in somebody like that shoes. All right. But nonetheless, big shout out to YNW Melly. We're not here to condemn anybody on this platform. You guys know. And rest in peace to Sack Chaser, condolences to the family, and Juvie. All right. Now, let's go into it. We're going to speak about this lawsuit. There's an article here on, let me see where this article at. There's an article that I ran across. All right. And they're speaking about YNW Melly and this lawsuit. Let's get into it. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button. And make sure you guys are sharing this platform. Everybody here has people that admire you, all right? When you guys get a chance, share this platform. We're not just on YouTube. We're on Facebook also. And we also take the audio, and I place the audio on Apple Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. We put the audio there, all right? And it's a total different experience when you guys are listening to the audio. This is what you listen to when you're on your way to work. This is what you listen to when you Sunday just clean up the crib, handling your chores and stuff like that. This is what you listen to while you're at the gym. Just put the audio on, all right? To go to Apple Podcasts, the DSTM, Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, all right? Check it out. All right, YNW Melly lawsuit. Hold on. Bada bing. Hold on. Cruel treatment. So basically, they're not allowing YNW Melly to see his family. He's not having no human contact, not even with his lawyer. All right. All right. Bada bing, bada bang. All right. It says here, rapper who has been in jail for several years after being YNW Melly hasn't been locked up for 5. He's actually been locked up for 7 years. All right. It shows here a rapper who has been in jail for several years after being accused of killing 2 of his childhood friends in 2019 has sued the Broward County Sheriff's Office, claiming that he has been mistreated and is demanding to be released immediately. YNW Melly's first trial for the double murder ended in a mistrial in 2023. So you guys know YNW Melly's on his second trial, all right? They're setting up for the second trial. The first trial ended in a mistrial. Now, the new lawsuit filed by YNW Melly, whose real name is Jamel Demons. YNW Melly's name is Jamel Demons, all right? Ain't nothing wrong with Jamel, but the Demons, is there some type of is that just a coincidence? A coinkydink? That's crazy that his name is that. Whose real name is Jamel Demons. He claims that he is being illegally detained under conditions that violate the 1st, 5th, 6th, 8th, and 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution. Demons attorney Michael Pezzi, I think I'm pronouncing his name right, Michael Pezzi, all right, said the meeting with lawyers has been difficult for him, and his client has been unable to contact family members. He currently seeks to file to file a federal motion claiming his client has been held in a form of solitary confinement and should be released from jail. All right. It is, all right, this is what they're speaking about. So basically, he's being confined. He cannot see his family members. He's not having no human contact. All right. These are measures of, they're trying to wear him down. Psychologically, they're trying to wear him down. This is a murder case for a double homicide. All right. Now, it is a mechanism. This is what the lawyer's saying. It is the mechanism where state inmates can go in front of a federal judge to enforce their constitutional rights, said Pezzi. I went to visit him and spoke with him myself on several occasions, and on no occasion was I permitted to be in the room where I could show him documents. Jamie King, the rapper's mother, said she has been unable to speak with her son since 2022. She said she could write him letters, but the communication is delayed. Sometimes when he responds, it's to something I wrote him weeks and weeks ago, said King. So she's getting delayed response. She's writing her son. She's getting delayed response. She hasn't seen her son since 2022, meaning physical contact. All right. So, guys, these are terrorist methods that they use. All right. This is supposed to psychologically wear him down. This is supposed to force you to eventually want to cop out to a plea that you probably would have been reluctant to cop to. A plea that you basically, what they're doing is forcing you to take a plea that you're not going to just keep resetting the court date. You're getting tired and frustrated. It's the same thing with Young Thug. You guys saw the Young Thug case. His lawyer, Young Thug's lawyer, did not want to cop that plea. Young Thug's lawyer wanted to continue on to fight the case just to beat the charges in all. That's why I get that assumption, because he specifically spoke to the judge. The lawyer told the judge that this is not my decision, all right? Basically, he explained that Young Thug, and I'm paraphrasing, that Young Thug is tired and he wants to get back to his family. So you got to keep in mind, you got your family out there. That man's not able to see his mother. He's not able to see his brother. Shout out to B Slime and success on your career, all right? He's not having no human contact. Psychologically, that's going to wear you down, all right? Just the process of going back and forth to court, the food that you're eating, being isolated like that starts to wear you down. And keep in mind, you guys, when you're locked up, you can't be there to protect your family. And if you have kids, obviously you can't protect them. When being incarcerated, sometimes you experience losing a family member. Losing a family member behind walls when you can't even, and you might more than likely won't be able to attend the funeral. Having to deal with that pain of losing somebody behind walls, that's why people be more likely to accept the plea deal to get released. Nobody wants to be incarcerated. So this is what YNW Melly's going through. They're basically wearing him down psychologically. All right, he's facing a double homicide. All right, he's being charged with double homicide. And the new trial, I think the new trial is set for 2025, January or February. I'm not sure, right? But it's set back all the way for next year. So who knows how long this trial is going to go. And I believe that YNW Melly has a great chance of beating the case. Though I can't assume that that's going to happen, I believe that YNW Melly eventually is going to come home like Young Thug did, all right? And big shout out to YNW Melly. Blessings to YNW Melly. I don't condemn him. I don't know why. First of all, I don't know if that he actually did that. Let's make this clear. We don't know. This is all allegations, all right? And for two, if he did, we don't know the reason. Now, make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, all right? The incomparable, the author imitator, but cannot be duplicated. The one that today style from the elected, appointed voice of the streets, leader of the streets, lord of the streets, learn on the streets. This is powered by L.O.T.S. approved media. I want to... I try to do this for a long time. I want to welcome everybody to Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 93. Now, listen, we're going to end off with this, you guys. I want to speak about this guy that goes by the name of Top 5. Hold on. Listen, Canada. You guys know we know Canada. We don't really know Canada for being gangster, but I'm not going to speak on that for the fact that gangsters are spread across the four corners of the earth. If you have poverty, you have gangsters. If you got the streets, you got gangsters. That's just how it goes, right? Okay, now, it's called street government for those who don't know. Now, when we think about a Canadian, we're not thinking about nothing aggressive Canada-wise, right? In reference to Drake, we never saw Drake as a gangster. Never at one point did we see Drake as a gangster. If you guys know me about Drake, that's one of my the only thing that I'm discouraged about Drake, the only thing that I don't like about Drake is when Drake talks gangster. And I don't like the way he does a light-skin thing with Drake constantly trying to put himself in the shoes of a woman. He's very feminine in certain ways, but I'm not going to go into that. My main concern about Drake is just I don't like when he speaks gangster. Well, it's three things. Since we're speaking about it, let's make this clear. I don't like when Drake talks gangster. I don't like when Drake remakes women's songs and does it from a male perspective. I don't like the way he dwells too much in his feminine energy. I don't like that. Also, I don't like that Drake says he's the number one rapper when he doesn't write all his lyrics. Hello? Hello? Hold up. Shots fired. Shots fired. I don't like that about Drake. So, you guys know Drake, with this whole Kendrick Lamar and Drake, this whole beat that's going on, this whole battle that's going on with Kendrick Lamar and Drake, you would have thought that maybe Kendrick would have took the aggressive approach. But ironically enough, Drake is taking the aggressive approach in this matter. Now, I don't know if you guys expected it, but I didn't necessarily expect Drake to take this gangster approach. He's the last person I expected throughout all this for him to take the aggressive approach. But the only physical altercation that's taken place within this whole thing, this whole arena of battle that he's been battling all these men, Drake is the only one that people are putting hands on people on his behalf. The whole Ross altercation thing, though Drake makes it seem like he didn't press that button, because Drake will throw a rock and hide his hand. So Drake may seem like he has nothing. He didn't push the green light. He didn't green light that. But people are moving on behalf of Champagne Papi, that part. So with that being said, Drake has his goon. Drake has a team, all right? A team of goons. There's one guy particularly that stands out in the team. In particular, it goes by the name of Top 5. Now, Top 5, recently this guy's got released. All right, he beat a murder. He was locked up for murder. He beat a murder. This is one of Drake's lieutenants. I don't know how close he is to Drake, but obviously he knows Champagne Papi. They're very good friends. They're very familiar with each other, right? He speaks on behalf of Drake. This man beat the charges. Upon his release from Canadian prison, whatever Canada prison he was at, upon his release, this man showed his alliance, his loyalty, expressed his loyalty and showed it in the most extreme way and said he's looking for Kendrick Lamar. The guy goes by the name of Top 5. I don't know if you guys familiar, Top 5. You see how Jada says Top 5 dead or alive? He ain't talking about Top 5 basketball player. He ain't talking about Top 5 rapper. He has to be talking about some goon shit, Top 5, top goon on some AR Ab type, that type AR type shit. Shout out to AR Ab, free AR Ab, free Ab, that part. I'll say that, free AR Ab, that part. Shout out to Philly. So with that being said, Drake has his Top 5. Now, upon his release, Top 5 immediately showed his alliance, professed his alliance to Drake, saying that he's looking for Kendrick Lamar. Now, did we believe that at home? I don't know. Did y'all believe that? I didn't necessarily believe that, right? But I do know that he is taking Drake's side in this whole battle. Rightfully so. That's understandable, right? That's inevitable. You roll with Drake. You guys, let me say something. When you're a gangster, right? When you're in the streets and you're a gangster, hold on. We got somebody else in the building. Shout out to Empress Jess in the building. Salute, mama. Salute, mama. Salute. We back. Empress, I'm happy that you're here in the building. I've been on for like an hour now, all right? And we're going to be back more and more. I do apologize I haven't been here. To make a long story short, I've been going through a lot of funerals. So that's the reason why you guys haven't been seeing me. But thank you for being in the building, all right? And share this podcast for me. Share this with your loved ones. I know you have people that admire you. Share this podcast. But what we're speaking about right now, we're speaking about Drake being a gangster. So you guys, let me just give you the spill. When you're in the streets, right, a lot of niggas think that they're gangsters. You're not a gangster if you can't handle your own situation. Let's make this clear. Shots fired. Pull that record back. Listen, you're not a gangster if you can't handle your own situation. Let me tell you something. If you being a gangster, some gangsters, obviously gangsters put hits out on people. Gangsters will put money on your head. Have somebody else handling it besides them. But you're not a gangster in my eyes unless you can handle your own situation, right? Listen, when you start playing like you're a gangster, you got to keep in mind people are going to approach you. It's easy to put money change on something. It's easy to hire somebody, a hitman for hire. You see how they got Drake? They got your man's what's his name? Fuck, this man just got locked up. Dirk. Dirk is locked up for hitman for hire, for hiring a hitman. That's what they call it, right? So Drake now doing that. Drake doing that. I've never seen Drake put his hands on nobody. Let's just be clear. Every confrontation I've seen Drake go through, somebody's putting their hands on him. Puff slapped up Drake. Let's make this clear. It happened. I don't recall Drake ever putting his hands on anybody, but he's been talking gangster as of lately. So apparently Drake doesn't plan on backing up anything he says, himself backing up. Obviously, he has people behind him. And one of the guys go by the name of Top 5. Now, you guys know your shooter can't turn on you. That's the thing about when you're a gangster and you put money on people's head, you're always trying to make somebody else do what you need to be doing, right? You got to keep in mind the people that you're paying, they might think that you pussy. So the people that you're paying can eventually turn on you when you don't feed the wolves. This is what we have here. We're speaking about Top 5 right now. Arbery's top goon. This is Arbery's top shooter, top nigga. All right? Your shooter will turn on you. So you got to keep in mind, if you sending the nigga out, you being a gangster, if you got somebody else handling your situation, you got to be willing to shoot the shooter. Because what happens when your shooter turn on you? The shooter's used to handling your dirt, handling your hard work. So the shooters, a lot of times, the goons be under the impression that their boss is soft. And that's what leads to extortion. Extortion. Ladies and gentlemen, Champagne Poppy Drake is being extorted right now. Drake has a league of goons, all right? And I've been hearing a lot of things. I've heard about the Hell's Angels. I've heard about Hell's Angels turning on Drake. Because you know in Canada, Hell's Angels, those bikers, they're deep in Canada, all right? So Drake has a lot of hired goons, and I've heard that them niggas turned on Drake. And I'm going to show you how Top 5, his top goon, turned on Drake. But that's the pressure Drake don't want. You guys keep in mind, Drake is not a gangster. So if you're hiring people to hire to do your job, you got to be able to make sure if the people that you hiring turn on you, you can handle them. You have to be sure of that. Because if you can't, it goes from just protection and it turns into extortion. You're paying somebody to protect you. And if you don't protect you, if you don't pay them, they're going to come for you. Now, you guys doing fair? Make sure you guys hit that like button. Yes, Empress, I see you. What's going on here? Let me pull this up for you too. All right. Just make sure to take good care of yourself and heat up above all else. That part, mama. I guarantee I got you. All right. Drake a gangster? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I know. I was being facetious. All right. Drake definitely is not a gangster. Drake can't stand on his own. That part, I agree with you. Drake can't stand on his own for nothing. Big shout out to Empress. Now, guys, I'm about to pull this up. We about to bring this to an end, but let me bring up these. I want to bring up, let's bring up this Instagram. Let's get into what Top 5 is saying. Hold on. All right. All right, family. This, what you guys are seeing right here, there's an NBA player that goes by the name of DeMar DeRozan. All right. This NBA player, there was some footage that surfaced online. All right. There was at the NBA game. Drake was seen at the NBA game with another one of his top goons that goes by the name of Chubbs. I don't know in what capacity is Chubbs in relation to OVO, but he is one of OVO's top speakers, to say the least. It looks like he might be the lieutenant. I don't know. With that being said, Drake and DeMar, they have an issue. I don't know where the issue stemmed from. But I know they have an issue. There's something surfaced online where I think a commentator was telling Drake how they might put how the man's name is in the rafters. So I think they put his jersey up in the rafters. Nonetheless, When Drake heard that, Drake responded with he would personally go up to himself and take the man's jersey down from the Raptors. All right? Now, allow me one moment. I want to pull up what he said. All right. This is after Drake said that he would take the man personally. He's going to take DeMar DeRozan's jersey out of the rafters. They're gonna take them. You know when they put their jersey up in the sky in the goddamn the arena. All right, he's gonna take his jersey down. So this is Top 5 responding on Instagram. All right, Top 5 says this: my Gigi, DeMar DeRozan, good in my city. I don't know what these little boys talking about. So he's trying to say, basically, he's vouching for him. He says he's good in my city. I don't know what these little boys talking about. First of all, he's referring to Drake as a little boy. Second of all, he's overriding Drake's authority. All right, he say, nah, he's good in my city. I don't know what these little boys are talking about. So he referred to Drake as a little boy. All right, let's make this clear. Now, second, it's not just one post, it's two posts that Mr. Top 5, all right, Top 5 goon of Canada, all right? OVO doesn't run the city. We do. Fuck them. Listen, bruh. And he put big 5 at the end. So you guys see. You guys see right there, all right? That's Drake's top goon, all right? That's Drake's, excuse me. I need some water. You guys, I'm back. And once I have my gallon of water, you guys know, you got to stay hydrated. Talking for over an hour. That part. Listen. From there, you guys see, he said, I don't know what that little boy, I don't know what these little boys are on. Basically, he's referring to Drake as a little boy. All right? He's overriding Drake's authority. Now, this ain't the first time that Top 5 has switched out on Drake. Top 5, remember I told you that's his top goon. I'm trying to go back and forth. Right now, I'm trying to give you guys the correlation between each post. All right? I'm trying to show you guys how this guy is disloyal to Drake. I'm trying to show you guys how he doesn't have no respect for Drake. I'm trying to show you guys that Drake has a potential problem. Drake think that these niggas is protecting them. Drake is under the impression that Top 5 is protecting them, that Chubbs and them are protecting them. He's under the impression that they're loyal to them. And if you guys know it's a timeline of things, eventually Top 5 he's gonna deflect. Eventually, he's gonna bite the hand that feed him. It's inevitable. All right. All right, allow me one moment. We're gonna pull up one more. Let's pull up one more post. All right. Now, you guys. Bye, y'all. I'm getting smooth with it, going back and forth. It's not easy. I see a lot of podcasters, especially DJ academics, do it. So we got to learn it, right? We got to advance ourselves. Listen. No, that's the same one. Wait one more. That's the same one? Hold up. Okay. Bye, y'all. All right. What you guys are seeing right now, this is another post from Top 5. This is after Top 5 said what he said about Drake, referring to Drake as a little boy. All right? He says here, another post, he's retracting. Basically, he's backtracking now. I don't know what they spoke about in between time, but apparently something was resolved, right? Apparently, it's evidence something was resolved in between these two posts, in which he says, this shit 13 years plus and never gonna stop. And he put a lot of demon emojis with that, all right? You know what that's meaning. Now, this is what he last put, Top 5. You guys don't know how it feels to have a big brother. We fight, argue, and celebrate. Stay out of our business. Hold up. Hold on. And this is academic somehow never miss. He said never miss the jail call. He gives a big shout out to academics. Now, I know Top 5 and academics have this relationship. And academics, I figured out your relationship with Top 5. Academics has this relationship with Top 5 because remember, academics is Jamaican. So when you're talking about Canada, Canada has a heavy Caribbean influence, especially when you're talking about Jamaican as well as me being Haitian influence in Canada. So academics has a certain affinity for Canada, Drake and all his allies. All All right, he has a great relationship with Top 5, but it's by no coincidence. All right, so Academics is trying to lift him up. Academics supports Drake and his allies. All right, but there's a common interest that lies there as to why they're doing that. But nonetheless, you guys, what I'm showing you is Top 5 eventually is going to turn on Drake. That's a potential problem that Drake has. So Drake running around with all the gangster shit. He's running around gangster wooty-woo. You see Top 5, he retracted his statement, basically damage control. What you're seeing that with that second post is Top 5 is doing damage control after he done screamed on Drake, exposed Drake to the world. You can't double back that. You can't say, yo, call that man a little boy. OVO don't run this, we run this. Once you said that, you can't hide your hand once you showed your hand. There's no going back after this point, even though Drake would be a fool to think that this man's loyal. Drake would be a fool to think that he doesn't have a potential problem at hand. The problem's coming. It's called Top 5. Drake is going to have issues eventually. Remember, I tell you. And Drake is being extorted in Canada. Period, point blank. Top 5 is extorting them. There's another situation. You guys see that stuff that happened with Ross and with the white man? And you were surprised that white people having altercations, though I know Canada is probably primarily white. I found it kind of peculiar that, I found it very peculiar that that man was a white man putting his hands on a black man, right? And he was so invested in it on Drake's behalf. Mind you, they're in Canada. Well, there's another situation that took place in where Drake's house was shot at, all right? They shot at Drake's house. And they're saying that's Aryan Nation. Oh, not Aryan Nation, excuse me. Sorry about that. Hell's Angels. Get it right, hold up. I got it wrong. Hell's Angels, let's make this clear. So they saying Drake, now this is all speculation. I don't know. But I know there's some validity to this. But they're saying that Drake is in cahoots with the Hell's Angels and all these different people outside of himself. So these are the people that are enforcers. These are the enforcers for Drake. All right. So I'm showing you that they're showing that these people are they're turning on Drake periodically. You guys got to really pay attention to what's going on. All right. Shout out to Genius in the building. Genius, what up, brother? Love you, boy. And you see, Genius, is the first time that we're going on without your brother. This is the first time that Planet is not in attendance once again. Like I told you guys, Planet is the one that helped launch this. Planet never was a podcaster. Once again, that's Planet's brother, Mike Armstrong. It goes by the name of Genius, all right? You guys see Planet's picture right there. Planet wasn't a podcaster. Planet never had aspirations to be a podcaster. Planet took on the task. It was a task for him. He took it on just to help his brother out. So it was hard for me to go on with this platform. I didn't know if I was going to keep going on with this platform, guys. I'm going to be quite honest with you. I didn't know if I was going to continue doing Don't Shoot the Messenger. It felt kind of creepy. Even me being on there, you guys don't notice, I'm a little nervous because my dog is not in the building. Either he's on camera with me or he's in the comment section. Every time we end, we usually go on Friday, 7 o'clock. When I'm done, I go to Planet's crib. We sit on Planet's front porch. We roll up and we blowing. And we're critiquing the show, trying to see where we can make improvements in the show. All right? So I feel uncomfortable. But one thing I know, Planet wants me to continue. I know Planet, let me tell you something. If I didn't continue the show, that means everything that Planet did was in vain. And that would have hurt him. Because I'm going to be real with y'all. Planet believed in me. He believed in us. He believed in this, what we got going on. And I know he genuinely believed in us. So we're going to continue to push this forward. All right? And we're going to do it in the name of Planet. That's my brother. Your brothers is my brother. Your mama's my mama. Planet was the most supportive person. If I ask Planet for a slice of bread, Planet's going to give me the whole loaf. Keep that in mind. One of the most supportive persons I ever been around. All right? I don't want to get teary-eyed and stuff like that. But that's one of my best friends, all right? Now, you guys, we about to bring this to a closure. Shout out to everybody that came in the building. Make sure you guys are sharing this platform. All right? I need everybody to share. All you guys have people that admire you guys. We got to put it, we're going to put more into the platform. It's going to be more content. I've been gone for 3 months. And Empress, thank you. I appreciate your support so much. You're doing great. I'm glad because, boy, I can't tell. You guys are more can tell. From right now inside, I'm getting a little bit more comfortable. Obviously, we're going to continue forward. I've been on here before, obviously, but just knowing that that person's not there, it does affect me a little bit. All right. You guys, make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button before we leave out of here. All right. It's called that wiping your feet on the rug, same way you do at your grandparents' house. Make sure you guys, I'm just reading the comments. I'm reading Empress, man. Nah, definitely I ain't gonna cry. I ain't gonna do it like that. You know what I mean? Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel and turn your notification bells on. All right. Let's get back to turn your notification bells on. So when I drop new content, you guys will be notified first. With that being said, L.O.T.S approved media. Don't shoot the messenger, and I'm out. That part. Episode number 93.